I don't know if the coffee here is damn fine, but the atmosphere...
Oh, it's a Twin Peaks reference. Oh, God, stop it, Matt. Are you ready for another brain dead video? Brought to you from yours truly, your coffee diversity of darkness here on this channel. Well, stick around, folks, because this one is going to be a doozy. So Alan Wake, you remember that video game back from the day? Now a sequel is coming out. Unfortunately, it's a sequel that is going to be a bit mixed for me. I don't think I'm going to actually pick up this game in the end because Remedy Studios, they're people behind the Max Payne series and Quantum Break and more recently Control. They're based in Finland, which is kind of a significant thing when I'm about to reveal the next pop drop. So IGN 20 hours ago uploaded an exclusive hands-on preview for Alan Wake 2. And of course, this is all centered around the diversity girl of color, the FBI agent called Anderson, Saga Anderson. And that's kind of an important name when you think about it. So I'm just going to go through some of the gameplay elements very quickly here. And I'm going to give you my 10 cents worth. But of course, I cannot take credit for what I'm about to reveal to you after this video clip because it's all down to Bounding Into Comics. Credit where credit is due. God, remember the days of IGN when they had the Daily Fix with Jessica Chobot and Crazy Cheap Cool or whatever it's called with the lovely Naomi Kyle. Oh my God. The days when virginal lads like myself would watch these IGN videos because the hot girl in the thumbnail said everything you needed to know.
Deliciously pulpy horror storytelling was at the heart of the original Alan Wake.
Oh, Matt Purslow, stop it, you. Gosh, you're making me gush already.
For the sequel too, but the Stephen Kingisms look to be confined to the dark place, the New York-styled nightmare cage the titular writer is trapped in. Out in the real world, or at least what seems like the real world, the domain of our second protagonist.
Well, funny enough, it is the real world because you're bringing in real-world politics now into a video game. Namely, we've got to swallow that ESG cum and make sure we get more money coming our way. Because it's true. I'm so disappointed that Remedy Games are even pursuing this. It's so bizarre. Based in Finland, I may add to that point again.
FBI agent Saga Anderson, developer Remedy Entertainment has crafted a new collage from pieces of its favourite detective stories. The eerie shadows of True Detective.
I mean, you can't get more of a blander character design than this. Yes, it's based off the actress who's stepped into the role. Again, a rather significant catchphrase. But I'm just going to whiz through this very quickly. So, it's the usual thing that you'd see in a typical Remedy game, which I've already mentioned. So this chapter here is called Local Girl, which could have different connotations if you weren't paying attention. I'm just wondering, is her character, because she's of a diverse complexion, will she be insufferable to her lesser than thou white colleagues? It'll be very interesting if that actually arises in the game. And if it does, it's more disappointing that Remedy would actually champion those causes. Because again, if you think about it, it's almost like white knighting. Just in the very same way that Anita Sarkeesian back in the day would remind you
everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and
you have to point it all out.
And by the way, Anita, can we see some cleavage of yours, please? And oh yeah, Anita Sarkeesian, the woman who claims to play video games but just grifted on the whole vibe that video games are racist, they're sexist, they're this, they're that, and has never actually picked up and played a complete video game. So quite clearly someone who's down on her luck thought she would be like SS Sniper Wolf and grift on something that people have loved for many, many years.
emphasised by the abundance of puzzles. As I get closer to Coffee World, I stumble across a number of containers, each locked by a brain teaser with a difficulty level that scales in correlation.
Okay, alright. So don't need to see that.
Yes.
At the same time,
that's some great dialogue. She fires a crossbow. Yes! Yes, sir! See, this mic was built for taking in abuse from the burps.
That investigative fantasy. As I explore water location puzzle, bind to trigger a new objective. Find the screwdriver used.
You know what I find really funny about this commentary and this video? It's like Matt Purslow just sat there reading off a script, watching pretty ordinary gameplay and saying very highly praiseful things, because obviously he's at Remedy Studios themselves and they've obviously given him access, and it's like, hey, you know what? This is a really great game. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm about to have an aneurysm. So I didn't know this, but back in June of this year, Expose Supremos, Bounding into Comics, wrote this article. Alan Wake 2 race swaps Saga Anderson, replacing the original actress Marla Malmivara with the idol actress Melanie LeBird. So, look, this is not the first time that Remedy has done this. When the Quantum Break game came out, the original trailer, the guy was playing Jack. I thought the actual model of the guy looked great. He was a compelling character, but they replaced him with Shawn Ashmore. And I thought, why? Then you had Aidan Gillen from The Wire coming in as a guest star for the game. So Remedy obviously had a lot of money back then to hire big name actors to fill the shoes of other actors and actresses who probably could have done with the gig. So that was a bit disappointing. So to hear now they've actually done this is even more egregious in my books. But if we go further into this article, it's very interesting. So that's the original actress right there. Nothing wrong with her. She looks pleasant to the eye. But Remedy Entertainment released the first gameplay for Alan Wake 2, confirming that Saga Anderson is now a playable character and revealing that she has been race swapped from her early appearance. The meaning of Saga, by the way, is from Norse mythology, meaning the seer, the person who can see and communicate with the dead. So in other words, Joe Biden. So there you go. That's the original creator of Mr. Alan Wake and Max Payne, Sam Lake. So he's playing Saga's secondary colleague in command. I think it's Alan or Alex Casey, and Finnish singer and actress right there, Miss Malmivara. It's God almighty, this is 2015. Oh my god. So between 2015 and whenever, things dramatically changed. Ay, 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 ay. So in a follow-up tweet posted a few days later sharing the full Easter egg video seen in Quantum Break, Sam Lake confirmed that the missing writer alluded to in both his previous postings, and the clip was played by Ika Vili, a Finnish actor who lends his appearance for the character of Alan Wake in the original Alan Wake game, the Bright Falls TV series, which I never saw by the way, Quantum Break, and the upcoming Alan Wake 2. So they've kept him, but they had to replace the actress. Anderson has been introduced as a black woman now, played by the idol and This Is Us, oh god, not that film, Melanie LeBird, who lends both her appearance and vocal talent for the role of the co-protagonist FBI agent in the Alan Wake sequel. In an interview with GameSpot, Alan Wake 2 director Sam Lake was joined by performance director Hannah Price, who gushed over LeBird, declaring, get ready for this, "We really wanted Mel." Are you sure that you're allowed to call her Mel, Miss Price? "We just felt like she was gonna bring so much to Saga without the Saga. So when she came on, we were all just delighted." In other words, well, we don't really want to cast Melanie LeBird as the replacement for Miss Malmivara, but I'm just going to sit here for the cameras, turn on the publicity machine by 10 and tell you what you want to hear. Price added, it's one of the best things about working with Remedy. Obviously, the stories are so epic and brilliant, obviously very modest there, but there's room for everyone to come together, be careful there, and really explore the characters and make sure that the character is developed and wrung for every little bit of storytelling that can come out of it. And look, this is the original actress. I think she would have been great. Why do the change? It's really bizarre. It's got to be hurtful, isn't it, when you're telling your original casting choice, you know what, you haven't quite worked out for this role, but we'll give you something in our next project. It's a bit of an ego-shattering moment, if you get my drift. Of course now, What Bounding Into Comics have further on said that LeBird was really excited because this is something that I've seen all the time now. Because she's a woman of color, bringing diversity to an FBI character drove her enthusiasm to get the role. So in other words, they handed the script over to Miss LeBird, waved it in front of her and said, "You're going to replace the white girl now. How do you feel?" And I was kind of excited about playing this game, but now that I know what's gone on behind the scenes, I'm probably, my excitement has dialed down. The game probably will be good. It'll probably get 9 and 10 scores across the board. But for me, I'm like, it's when I read things like this, it kind of spoils my enjoyment of entertainment. Of course, now a lot of people on Twitter were quick to call it out. So who is this guy? Lee Takuna Honum. Cool race swap there, Remedy. Ironically pointing out Calcutta 6000 on Twitter. Yep. Can't wait to play with a weak character who has to be saved every 10 minutes by the black girl, placed there to raise the, wait for it, ESG score. Told you, ESG. Oh my god, it is here to stay. Thank you so much, Larry Finkelfockel. So there you go, folks. Unawake, Unawake 2, whatever you want to call it. Are you genuinely excited? I don't think I will be, to be honest. It's one of those things whereby even Remedy games are joining in on this nonsense, and it also makes me worry now for Max Payne 1 and 2. Those games, with the blessing of Rockstar, are getting remade by Remedy, and I'm wondering if they're going to take the iconic female character of Mona Sachs and do something dramatic to her to make us go, oh, here we go again. So on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me, and if I were you, and if you're feeling blue, please don't. You better come back and join me, if you were me, on the next video. Oh, yeah, I mean, you want to pick a woman of diversity, but at least give her a smiley face, Remedy. Come on, guys, what's the matter with you?